Hi everyone. Yeah. Last game in the group, obviously a crucial game for both teams, Syria and India. Uh, Both teams are seeking the win to stand any chance of qualifying for the next round. So uh, it's expected to see a good game, a game with the tensions, game with hope. I hope with the quality, with good football, and with good fight there on the pitch. So all I can say that we have a finally full squad available, and as a coach, I'm happy about that.
Good afternoon, everyone.
I'd open the floor to media now to go straight into question. Please raise your hand and wait for the microphone to come to you. Yeah.
Hello, hi, sir. Myself, Ajay Ashtami. I'm from Olive Suno Radio Network. So, what I want to ask is that the AFC 18th edition, this edition, what is the positive things you got to know from this edition as a Team India?
Experience will be definitely that this was the best organized AFC Asian Cup in the history, enjoying the World Cup, recent World Cup facilities, amazing training pitches, everything there for the players to perform at their best. And that's really important. I'm not sure how you feel, guys, from media, but that's how the players and the coaches feel about being here in Qatar, enjoying all this. It's amazing.
Peter Stebbings from the news agency AFP. So a question for you, Igor. I'm just wondering if India pull off this win and qualify, what will that do for Indian football in the kind of the greater scheme of things? Thank you.
I mean, that would be an amazing achievement for India. Uh, Prior to coming here, we were well aware about how unlucky we were with the injuries on our key players and how affected we're going to be here, missing those four players. But then again, we did everything possible to learn as much as possible, to strengthen our game, to grow our game, and to use this experience in our further plans, which are obviously very important for India and are coming very soon at us in March and June. Obviously, we are still focused and well concentrated on what we could achieve and do here tomorrow. So I'm well aware that all the boys, whoever is there, will do everything possible. Is that going to be enough? We are not sure. The result is in God's hands, but hopefully we're going to use one of the chances we create. We created several chances in the first two games against even stronger opponents. We didn't score. Hopefully it will come tomorrow.
At the back.
Hi Sunil bhai, Ashish Negi from Khel Now. So you played in 2011 edition, 2019. This is 23. So how things have changed, in front of you in Indian football team? And question for the coach. Coach, any injury news?
I just mentioned earlier, a few seconds ago, as a coach, I'm happy that full squad is available now, so which means that also Sahal might take part in this game. He feels good. He had several full training sessions with the team last couple of days, but that doesn't mean he will start the game. We'll still reconsider the options and see where we stand with his fitness level.
I think there are a few differences in regards of our team from 2011 edition, 2019 and now. And one of the main differences is that we are much more aware, we have much more knowledge, and there is a lot of ways to gather knowledge as to who we are playing, where we are, what kind of things we can expect. So I think a small but very important difference between all these three editions is us as a team are more prepared, have more knowledge, than what we had before. I think we feel more comfortable to be in the Asian Cup now as compared to the last two ones.
I am Kamal from Chandriga. My question is to Sunil. Sunil, you had scored a lot of goals, beautiful goals for India. But during the last two matches, there is no goal for you and no goal for India. What's went wrong?
The problem is that India and me, we haven't scored, and that's a problem. We're working really hard to fix that, sir. It's not that we go to a game thinking that we don't want to score. It is not easy, although we had chances more against Uzbekistan as compared to what we played against Australia. It is not easy. The reality is these two teams are good sides, are tough sides, sides that we are not used to playing. When you have familiarity, it is a little bit more easier. But when you haven't played a team like Australia, who are a World Cup playing nation, and Uzbekistan, who aspire to play a World Cup, who are right there in one of the best teams in Asia, it is not easy. But I can assure you that we haven't scored not because of lack of want, interest or will. We haven't scored because, of course, it wasn't easy, and also we did miss some chances. Even in the last Uzbekistan game, Rahul's header, Mahesh's shot, my deflection, the same chances they got, and those three went in. So this is the margin that you have in a big tournament. Come Syria, I hope we can fix this problem, and the next time that I see you, you can say that we did score for India.
Hi coach, I'm Siraj, coming from Kerala. My question is, India has completed 2 matches and conceded 5 goals. That's a huge difference between the 5 conceded goals. So what is your expectation and preparation about, and your concern about the 5 conceded goals, the crucial match against tomorrow's Syria match?
Yes, you are right. The point which I'm not happy about and satisfied is defensive shape and reactions inside the box. Marking inside the box hasn't been good enough, and that caused us lots of problem, not only in the last 2 games, in game against Qatar in the World Cup qualifiers, very similar things happened to us. And it's clearly showing that the things need to be changed there, that awareness need to be at a higher level when the crosses from the open play are coming to our box. But especially these second balls, our reactions are late on these second balls, and we've been working on that lately, so hopefully we're going to improve there.
Sunil, this is Om Prakash Mundra from Van News Agency. Just I'm asking because a lot of fans from India have messaged me regarding your performance. They are a fan of you, and they want you to score goal. And when you get a retirement, they say that will you able to coach under 17 team for India and for yourself, because India has been playing quite good, no doubt about that, because earlier also have seen many matches of India and we are really doing better. But the competitions are going on everywhere. What you suggest my government to do better for my team, because whether win now or lose, that is a different part. But every Indian fan today want that India should score at least 1 goal, and that also from our great Sunil Chhetri.
Believe me, no one wants more than us to score that first goal here at the Asian Cup. So that's one thing. In regards to mentioning government and the efforts, I think the Indian government is doing many good things in regards to supporting not only football but all sports. And obviously things are changing in Indian football in the last decade. Many improvements are there. League is getting better, bigger and stronger each season. So I don't see any problem with it. But many problems are in regards to the size of India, to the many states where football culture has been lost, and things will change, but lots of hard work needs to be done and lots of patience. I'm well aware that India is full of talented young players, but they need to places where to attend academies, proper education system and competitions where to play to grow their game.
Please do pass my regards to everyone who messaged you, sir. Thank you so much. As far as coaching is concerned, I have no inclination, I don't have the knowledge, I don't think I've made for it. And anyways, there are 15 more years for me to play, and then I will think what I have to do after retirement. As far as scoring is concerned, sir, every time that I play for my country, there is nothing else that I want. Whether I'm playing a match in Asian Cup, whether I'm playing a friendly, whether I'm playing carom board, whether I'm playing chess, no matter what I'm doing, so I just want to score for my country.
سؤالي للكوتش منتخب سؤالي للكوتش منتخب الهند من المنتخبات المتطورة جدا وشاهدناه يلعب منتخب الهند من المنتخبات المتطورة شاهدناه يلعب ومن دون خوف يعني ويمتد إلى الفريق الآخر يعني ويعني يتيح له عدة محاولات أنه يسجل هدف. ماذا هو فاعل أمام سوريا؟ هل سيفتح الملعب ينكفئ بالدفاع؟
Thank you very much. Seems to me like you would like us to open for Syria at the back. That will not happen, but we are going to keep trying to play our football. Never mind the situation, position, opponent, and other things. When we started working on these changes of the mindset, changes of the football philosophy for India, and other aspects of our game, we were well aware that defeats will be many at the beginning of the process, that we can learn only through defeats, and that our strength needs to become jumping back high from defeats. We have done a great job in the last 4.5 years, and we know which path we are going, how to go through that path, and where we're gonna get at the end of that. There will be defeats, wins, draws on that way, but for us the most important thing is that we are excited about our football, excited about how we play, and that's the only way how to bring football culture in each corner of Indian territory in the country. You know, we want football to grow in India, and the only way of doing so is playing exciting football and having clear intention to pass the ball, to keep the ball, to progress, to create chances, and hopefully to score goals. That's our philosophy.
Hi, coach. Here. I'm Hubay from India, Kerala. My question is, India played in World Cup match stadiums. One of the last two matches in Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. Tomorrow we'll play in Al Bayt Stadium, one of the Qatar iconic stadium. And your team use world-class training facilities also. How does you rate Indian and Qatar football infrastructure facilities? And one more thing, that Kerala Sports Ministry announces that they will host Argentina friendly matches in next year. Is it? Do you think it's benefit for Indian football?
Thank you for your questions. I hope Al Bayt Stadium will bring more luck to us in regards to scoring from the chances we create. For your second question, I would love to see Kerala government investing into licensing the actual football stadium there for a FIFA World Cup qualifying games, so we can come there and enjoy together national team games. You know, we have lots of passion about coming to Kerala with the national team and playing official games, but that's not possible until we don't have a licensed ground by the FIFA.
Third row, please.
Hi, Sunil. The question's to you. Syria have shown that they're also one of the physical teams in the tournament. Australia's coach Graham Arnold also said they were a bit surprised by how physical they were. And we saw India struggling a little bit against Australia and Uzbekistan in terms of physicality. So how do you think you can counter that in tomorrow's game?
Well, I think first of all, it is not a surprise to us when we drew Australia, Uzbekistan and Syria apart from their rankings and the way they have played. One thing was sure, that we're going to get a lot of physicality in these 3 games, and I'm pretty sure Syria is not going to be anything different from what Australia and Uzbekistan brought as far as physicality is concerned. What will help us is we already have 2 games against teams who are quite physical. That is an experience in itself. I think more importantly, rectify the important small mistakes that we did. Because at this level, when you do a mistake, sometimes automatically turns into a goal. We can't change completely stuff, but because we know exactly how we have felt in the last 2 games physically, we want to rectify all these mistakes as much as we can. But I can tell you, playing against those 2 teams have given us enough experience needed to face Syria, which also is going to be equally physical.
Hi, this is Proma from. Hello. Okay. My question is to Coach Stimac. Having seen how Syria played the last 2 matches, are there any, and now with India with a full squad, like as you said, are there any particular trends that you're looking to focus on specifically for the Syria match?
Syria is very similar team to Uzbekistan, with several experienced players coming from top tier divisions, and waste of experience, I would say. Physical side, playing in classical 4-4-2, strong boys up front, good holding the ball, some nice, good, young, talented players there in the squad also. And you can see the way they move, they keep the shape, how strong they come forward, how they hold the ball. That's a very serious team. So the challenge for us will not be less than in the first 2 games. But as I say to my boys, when you fight against the physical side, the best way of fighting is escape from duels and contacts with a quick passing and moving. And we are capable of doing that. So we just need to see how focused we're going to be tomorrow, and are we going to use our chances. But more important, are we going to strengthen our back line with more determination, more focus, and more quick decision making inside the box about man-to-man marking.
My question is to the coach. My name is Ahmed. You spoke about allowing players of Indian origin play for the national team. Do you think this is a realistic objective considering all the formalities that will be required?
I cannot tell you what is realistic, what's not. I just see what's happening all around the world, You see whoever you want. You watch Afghanistan, Malaysia, Indonesia, Emirates. Qatar doesn't have one Qatari player in the starting lineup. They were all selected from various countries from Africa and brought here and trained here in the best football facilities in the world. So it's something which is really difficult to compete with. It's obvious that India is making a football progress, but when other countries are using such tools to help their football growth, then it's very difficult for us to keep the same speed of advancing the game with them, with those countries, because when you bring 5, 6 naturalized players into your team, very soon your team will become very strong and efficient, which is something we are not allowed to do. So it's kind of a very difficult for us not to have possibility of using these tools, but that's all we can do. We can focus on our job. What government is going to do in regards to that, it's something in regards to politics, and I wouldn't go so far, But I know that government is supportive to us, and if they decide to do it, it will happen soon.
Third row. No.
Hello, Sunil. Hello, coach. And welcome here. And first of all, thanks for keeping all the fans motivated. So one question for you, coach. You have seen that our domestic football has come all the way, starting from National League to ISL right now. But what we observe in most of the ISL teams in the forward line, they are putting the foreign players. I think what we have observed in the last two matches looks like we need something to be done in the domestic football as well to bring more players in the forward line. Plus, a couple of years ago, in India, we have arranged the Under-13 World Cup. So what about those junior resources who were there and how they are progressing to the national team?
Listen, each club has his own sport politic, and that's something I'm not entering into. I can, as a national team coach, follow the players, their form, watch the games, and select the best ones by my opinion, And since we entered this process, our skipper will tell you the only value we are appreciating is how you perform on the training pitch and how you behave off the pitch, how much commitment you are ready to add to your training activities and how much sacrifice you are ready to have to gain your place and position in the team. So there is no rewards, there is no credits for nothing which happened yesterday. Each new day in our football day is a new challenge, a new opportunity for everyone who is involved within the national team, and everyone knows that in India. That's how we appreciate our players' commitment. The league is growing, the league is becoming bigger and bigger. We are now not far from having 40 games per season for the boys, with the league games, with the cups which are following this league. So things are moving forward. That's very clear. What's missing is probably the competitions, very serious competitions for underage groups, under 18, under 20, which are still not there and need to be done, because these boys, when they go through the process, when they become 18, if they don't become part of ISL club or I-League club, they stand a good chance of moving away from football.
We'll move to the last few questions. One in the third row, please. Second.
Hi coach, Rahul this side from Rep Sports. So the first two games didn't go in our favor. So how you have been working to boost the moral and confidence of your boys?
Can you repeat the question, please?
No, as the first two games didn't go in our favor, so how you have been working to boost the moral and confidence of your boys ahead of the crucial game?
Having in mind that all three teams are very similar, very physical, and playing in a similar way, I would say, then we didn't have too many reasons to change our approach towards the game. We know what to expect. Also, what's interesting about Syria, and what we have noticed is that they are using same 11 players. They have a short bench, making only 2 or 3 changes, and they are obviously limited with the options from the bench. So we'll try to exhaust them as much as possible and bring this game into last 30 minutes to see how fresh they're gonna be then.
Last question here.
Hi, Coach. Lace. From your answers, you only spoke about Syria as a physical team. 2-3 answers, you spoke only about Syria like a physical team. So is it the image of Syrian national team in India right now that it's only a physical team, or how you can describe it? Because
I think that sometimes you hear only what you want to hear. I gave several attributes to Syrian team, but you heard only about being physical, because maybe I mentioned that several times. That's biggest strength Syria has.
You said also a team playing classical football, similar to Uzbekistan. I gave you the biggest attention, of course, but I can think that you only look to Syria like a physical team. So describe to me, please, your viewpoint about Syrian national team. This is my question.
Full praise to Syrian national team in regards to the quality they have. But I cannot speak about their scoring ability because they didn't score more. They have the same problem as we do. They create chances, they don't score. We create chances, we don't score, But looking at the past 2 games, they had the better performances than us against Uzbekistan and against Australia. Australia break down their line in similar minutes as they did against us. One lucky goal, you know. So there was not much of a difference, but Syria had a couple of very good chances hitting the post, you know, when there was a 0-0 result against Australia. So they had more out of the game and they presented more than us until now. But apart from being physical, they have many qualities in their team. As I mentioned, they have several players playing outside Syria, you know, in many countries which are having great football culture and great competitions. And that's absolutely a great advantage to Syria in this moment.